Video for Saturday's NFL playoff games. We got the Packers versus the 49ers and the Texans versus the Ravens. Should be two good games. So let's get started. I got a 5-man with the help of using the Daily Grind Fantasy tool. If you guys need more info, it's in my description. Check it out. It is a great tool. 3 of those props I'm using on this 5-man that I got. Let's get started. And I'm going to target the 2 rookie quarterbacks. I'm going to go with Jordan Love as my first pick, and I'm going to be taking his fantasy score at 16.5. His passing yards has been bumped all the way to 251. Just a day or two, it was at 238, 242. Now it's at 251.5. I'm going to be taking his fantasy score just for the fact this game's going to be closer than people think. So I think he's going to have a couple touchdown passes, which I'm going to be taking his fantasy score. He might have some rushing yards as well. But I'm going to be taking his fantasy score to go over. Next one I'm taking is CJ Stout. And he had a great first playoff game. And I'm going to be taking his passing yards at 237. I like it. His fantasy score is not posted yet. But last time he did play against the Ravens, he didn't have that many touchdown passes. So I'm going to be taking his passing yards instead at 237. My third leg for this one I'm be taking is Zay Flowers, one of Ravens' top wide receivers, along with Odell Beckham. But Zay Flowers is getting more touches than Odell. This has actually been bumped down to 4 now. It was at 4.5. I like it at 4. I have a feeling this is going to get bumped back to 4.5 closer to game time. Hope you take it now. We do have push equity on it. But I think he's going to have about 6 or 7 receptions in this big important game. My third leg I'm going with is Aaron Jones. And he had a monster game against the Cowboys. And he finished the season with over 100 yards in 3 or 4 of the past 4 final games of the season. So he's been hot. I'm going to be taking his rushing yards at 69.5. I believe he had almost 120 yards against the Cowboys. He's definitely going to regress from that, but I still think he's going to go over 70 yards. 49ers, it is a tougher task. I'll be taking his rushing yards over as he's the main running back for the Packers. And my final leg I'm taking is Lamar Jackson. And for him, I'm going to be taking his pass completions at 18.5. It's a little bit too low. I think it should be somewhere maybe 20.5 or at 20. 18.5, I think that's good value. It's hard to pass up. So I'm going to be taking his 18.5 over. I think he's going to have in the mid-20s. So I'll be taking his pass completions over, and that rounds out my 5-man for Saturday's games. I will have another video covering the Sunday games, but these are my top 5 for Saturday. Jordan Love over fantasy, CJ Stout over passing yards, Zay Flowers over receptions, Aaron Jones over rushing yards. You can also look at his Goblin at 59.5, and Lamar Jackson over pass completions. I think 3 of these props are going to get bumped closer to game time, so hopefully you guys get these in. Mix and match, pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.